All right, so when you feel a cold coming on, you want to treat it as quickly as possible yourself. If you want to come in, that's great, but sometimes the important thing is to do it really, really quickly. So doing it a little bit yourself, or else getting a friend to help, or someone close to you. When you start to get sick, what's happening is, from the Chinese medical point of view, the body is being attacked from the outside. If it's an issue that goes to your stomach, this is not as appropriate, because in that situation, the vector, so to speak, is the food or the drink, or something that goes in through the stomach, through the mouth. But with colds and fevers, and anytime you have a fever, this is a really great way to drop the temperature and drop the fever in a way that it's actually helping the body do what it's trying to do when it produces a fever. So this upper part of the body, the shoulders, the upper back, the neck area, and the head are the areas where most commonly the cold, the temperature, or the dampness in the air, or the dryness, or the wind is coming in and attacking these tissues and meridians. So we're all familiar with that feeling of the tension in the neck and upper shoulders, and you feel like, oh, something's coming on. Maybe a headache, you might get as well, and also nasal congestion. In that situation, as quickly as possible, working to relieve this area. And it's almost as though these pathogens are coming and attacking the surface level of the body. And so our own immune system and our own resistance comes up to the surface level of the body. And that conflict between the pathogen and our health becomes pain and tightness and tension up here in the upper body. So we want to clear that battlefield, so to speak. For this, we're going to use some sort of lubrication on the back, because we'll be using our little baby food jar lid or Gua Sha tool in a more vigorous way than usual. There needs to be some sort of lubrication. It can be tiger balm, some kind of oil. And I'll be using the baby food jar lid. In this case, I'm holding with the inside, my thumb, and the outside, my fingers. But I want it to be just very relaxing for me. I start with the spine, and here I'm not going to go too much more than usual in terms of the pressure, but I might do a little bit more than 10 times, which is what we commonly do when we're treating ourselves at home for other basic health and for other chronic conditions. But then when I get over to the area of the belly of the muscle, I can go a little bit stronger. Let me know if anything feels really uncomfortable. Okay. Usually at a certain point you'll feel like, okay, that's enough. It feels good at first because it's invigorating the muscles and helping to break up the tissues and the adhesions in the muscles that are holding old metabolic waste and old blood in them. It helps to get new blood into this area and to clear out any kind of pathogens that might be there. Now it might look as though I'm just moving up and down, but I'm really pressing on the way down and then just gliding back up. So the pressure is moving down the length of the body and not up. So these are some of the primary areas, and then as well as the shoulder area. And I start here close to the neck, and I like to be fairly gentle around the neck. I'm really working on this trapezius muscle, the nice big shoulder muscle. And the scapula is a triangular shaped bone around here. And so you'll run into it at a certain point. And of course, when you get to a bone, you go a little lighter. But there's a nice muscle right above the scapula, right in this area, the levator scapula. And that's tinder for a lot of people. It's a nice little area to work, more going back and forth. But again, I'm pressing down, down. And the other side. Now Alexa doesn't have a cold right now, so we're not seeing a whole lot of redness. And the redness that we do see will probably go away in just a little bit. Sometimes when you do Gua Sha, the area of redness will remain for up to 5 days, and that's okay. It's just the body has had some tissues and fascia opened up, and that broke a few capillaries, and your body's now rejuvenating. So it got rid of the old blood and got some new blood. And I also want to move in the area of the neck. And as I work from the base of the neck and the side of the neck, off of the spine. Spine's right here. If I go up the spine area, I'm going really lightly. I want to be very gentle and easy this area, just smoothing it out. When I go up to the side, then I go from the base of the neck up. And again, you want to start easy and light with the neck. And if that's feeling comfortable, then you can go a little more pressure. But I want you to be gentle with the neck and also the spine. So that's the technique. See, here we have some of the petechia marks that come from the technique of Gua Sha. If Alexa was actually sick, you might see a lot more redness here. But you can see it along these big muscle areas a little bit. Now, some of the generalized redness will disappear within the next hour, but there might still be some of these little red dots. So don't be surprised. That's a good thing. We want to see that because it lets us know that we have a release of, in this case, this is the release of heat primarily. And there's a little bit of heat that's even rising up off of her body. So these marks are good and will be gone within probably 5 days. And that's it.